32 tonight for this team. Just what do you think of the overall ball movement out there and the way the guys were sharing it?
Yeah, I think it started early. It was right off the bat with Book. I think he had 5 or 6 in the first quarter. I think we had 10 in the first quarter. We just want to take a step in our process. Our process is to find high-quality shots on the offensive end. And I thought we did that pretty much, especially through the first 3 quarters. We were able to do it, move the ball, find high-quality shots.
Coach, looking at, obviously, season low, a lot of points allowed tonight. What's standing out to you the most defensively about what you guys did?
Those second and third quarters, I thought really the whole game, but those 3 quarters that our guys really decided to just impose our will. It's just another night that we apply enough pressure on the ball, turn teams over. I thought Mark was great at the rim at times. You could really feel his presence down there. Just overall, just intent tonight to come out, do what we do, play really good defense, and help fuel our offense.
And then just obviously you got the road trip coming up, and I know Jalen's getting closer and Jamari's getting closer. How hopeful are you that you can get both of those guys back on the road trip?
Yeah, that's the plan. You hope you get to healthy, and but we don't know. They got to take steps to get there. We'll be ready to go whenever they come back. You want a healthy squad, you want a full squad, but we've been able to find different ways to win each night with what we have, and what we have. We're going to lace them up, go out there and play. This is a tough road trip. Multiple different teams, some teams that we haven't played yet, a back-to-back involved. So every single night, got to come out and bring it.
This was another great night for that second unit once Devin goes for his first rest of the game. What have you seen from that group all year that has allowed you guys to be consistent when he's resting?
Yeah, I love the way they played in that first stint when they were out there all together, and the first into the second quarter. Just it's both ends. It's a ton of pressure on both ends. They really move the ball offensively. They're willing to cut, they're willing to screen, they're willing to do things, make the extra pass. And then defensively, a lot of times we're a switching unit. So not only do we switch, we want to force turnovers and find ways to rebound, because that's still a pretty small lineup at times. So love the way they played overall, and then we were able to carry it on from there.
Jordan, you talked about wanting Devin to kind of look for that vertical spacing that Mark creates. He had a couple of alley-oop passes to Mark and also. The first one, I think it was the ATO, where he hit the lob from Mark. It felt like there was intentionality behind moving the low man on that. Is that something you are like hoping to get from your spacing to free Mark up for those roles more?
Yeah, we're just all, again, I think it's a learning process. How can we best use Mark's gifts? Again, we're trying to get him a rim run in transition, use his speed. We know he's there, vertical spacing. It's just going to take time. It's going to take time. It's going to take reps. Grayson does it a little bit too, so that helps. Just having other guys out there that can do it just kind of like shows the way. Felt like we found Oso a couple times above the rim, so it's going to keep building. When those guys are able to catch and finish, it just puts a lot of pressure on the defense. We did move the low man on that play you're talking about, but it helps to have. We had more shooting out there too. Grayson coming back, the shooting gravity that he has, allows us to do some of that.
And then on the defensive end, just 7 threes allowed. I know you emphasize wanting to take away the three-point line, but your guys' ability to do some of the things and covering for each other and still getting out to shooters, what is that kind of a testament to as far as your eye goes?
Yeah, a lot of times, we want to take care of the paint. We want to take care of the rim, but we also want to get there on the catch. A lot of that's just effort. It's just all-out effort. Our pressure on the ball hopefully helps us save us just an extra second on some of that. But the way to take away the three-point line in this league is tough, and the way to do it is a lot of times just all-out effort, and then knowing that your teammate has your back to be able to be there and support. And we're getting in some rotations, we're getting in some peels, we're getting into some high-level stuff because of our effort and then communication.
Hey, Coach, back here, Ellie off of iSports 360 AZ. Whether it's a team like the Knicks last game or a team like the Wizards this game, you just mentioned the effort, but what do you know you're getting from your guys night in and night out, regardless of the opponent?
It's that. I think it's that. I think it's hard to do it for 82. You can have a million different excuses. Early game, back-to-back, road trips. But when your best players play hard, it's easy to get the group, or it's easier to get the group to follow. So, again, Book is different. Book is just, you talk about the scoring, you talk about the 3 levels of scoring, but the effort he puts forth on the defensive end, and then again tonight, I thought his ability to share, make the right play again and again and again. When your best player does that, it's easy to follow.
Coach talked before the game about just learning from mistakes and bouncing back from them, and how your guys do that all the time. Seems like Royce epitomizes that. I mean, whether he turns the ball over in a pass and says, "My bad," and then immediately makes up for it. Just what can you say about the way he leads through that way?
Royce is just a high-level, high IQ basketball player at both ends. His hands defensively, which we probably don't talk about enough. His ability to be there on the next rotation defensively. He's able to play bigger guys defensively just because of his IQ, and then offensively, he's able to pass. We see it a lot of times in the game. But it comes back to the shooting piece. He turns it over because he wanted to make the right play, which he thought was to a teammate, and sometimes just shoot it, and that's the right play. But he's oftentimes the guy that's swinging it one more. So both ends, that's what he does. He's an extremely high IQ basketball player, and obviously an elite shooter. And the more shots he can get up, probably the better for us, especially from 3. And some of those numbers, it often talks about our ball movement. When he's getting 8, 9 threes up, that means our ball movement's pretty good.
Coach, obviously, Book with the 8 assists tonight, but it just feels like his pace has been just really improved this season in terms of when to speed it up, when to slow things down. I'm just kind of curious how you've seen him grow in that area, whether if it's the pick and roll, establishing that offense in the half quarter, getting out in transition. How have you sort of seen him really know when to speed things up or when to slow things down?
I've just mentioned, he's the best game manager that I've ever been around. He just knows when to pick his spots. He sees so many different types of defenses. Like tonight, they were more in a drop defense, but with an extremely long and really good defender. Coulibaly is good at on-ball defender. It's really hard to knock him off to get an advantage. He's just able to figure it out. As the game goes, he has really good pace, always under control, has a great understanding of where our spacing's at. He's going to be the catalyst every single offensive possession to create an advantage. So he's seen it all. He's seen it all already this year. The amount of times he gets double-teamed or 2 on the ball, we've all seen the numbers of how much he's seen it. So as we start to get guys back, we anticipate a little bit less than that. But he's always the number 1 creator on our team night after night.
Hi, Coach. Right over here. So I noticed you put Fleming in the second quarter. He had 13 minutes tonight. Can you just talk about how he's kind of developing and what you've seen from him improve as he's getting more minutes in the NBA?
Yeah, we've kind of had him in that stint to start the second quarter, the last handful of games. Just his size. I think he got a couple his deflections tonight. He's just able to make up for what most rookies have, some mistakes out there, but his reaction time and his just overall wingspan that allows him to make up for some plays. And then offensively, we're going to continue to spot him in the corner. He's going to continue to cut and then hopefully get on the glass. He's taking steps, and he's an extremely hard worker. It's not easy coming to the league, not really playing a ton of minutes, but we know every rep he gets on the practice court or in the game, he's going to go all out, and he's going to grow. He's going to continue to grow. I'm super excited to see where it goes.
Coach, obviously, we're entering the midpoint of the season, and you guys have had a lot of different rotations, whether that's because of back-to-back games, injuries, stuff like that. What have you seen that you've liked from this group mentally, whether that's on the perimeter, anything defensively, transition on offense? What are you guys also looking for, just to improve? Anything defensively?
I mean, tonight, it's to come in and take care of business. Like our approach, again, our intent to come out, especially in that third quarter where they could creep back in the game, and then you have to play, multiple minutes in the fourth. Our intent to really put it away in the third. But that's it every night. Like our approach is as good as it gets around the league, and this road trip is good. It's going to test us. Miami's obviously a good defense. Detroit's a good defense. Brooklyn's played good defense of late. Then you got some offenses there. You know, New York's an extremely good offense. So it's a different challenge every night. As we get guys back, the rotations will change. But if we start with our initial approach of coming out, being as good as we can be defensively, running to offense, moving bodies, which we have done all season, we're at a good point. Thank you.
We'll have Royce O'Neal and Devin Booker.